Excuse me.
I need coffee. Sorry.
Will the two of you be singing again anytime soon?
Yes.
I mean, you'll be singing.
We do.
Yes.
I join her again in episode
13. In the finale. It's going to be great.
Did you have to do a singing audition as part of the audition?
I didn't, actually. It was just something, when Roberto met with us individually after being cast, he kind of talked about what we saw for our characters in season 1, and one of the things we talked about was the fact that nearly everybody in this cast has like some kind of musical gift, whether it's singing or playing guitar, you know, humming.
Humming.
Harmonica, I don't know. So once he discovered that, then he started to really incorporate it in the show and make it like a part of it. And it's fun.
We said everyone sings except for Cole.
Cole sings. He just doesn't like to do it in front of me. But then he'll like subtly do it.
He raps a little too.
Oh, really?
One of the things he hates the most is people singing like out loud. When we just like start singing together, he'll get really annoyed.
Yeah. He's like, I hate listening to my friends sing.
He doesn't like when people break out into song.
Do you tease him about that because you went to college with Cole, but he didn't recognize you? Do you tease about him about that at all?
I do. I mean, you know, it's cool. He's Cole Sprouse. I'm just little old me.
I didn't go to school with Cole. Or Cammy.
But I saw him around. Like, I saw him around a lot. And he was, like, I saw Dylan, his brother, at parties. But Cole never really went out as much. He was like the weirdo with the long hair.
I have a question. Veronica has, when she first gets to this new school, she has a perfect opportunity to go back to being one of the mean girls.
Yeah.
And she made a very conscious decision not to. How do you read into that when you're playing the character? Why do you think she made that decision? How did you play that?
I imagine that back in New York, I feel like she lost a lot of friends after the scandal with her father. And that's because why would they stick by her when she never really stuck by them, or when she wasn't good to them? Why would they stick by her through this difficult time in her life? So I think she took that going into Riverdale and made the conscious decision, like you said, to be a good person, because being a bad person doesn't get you anywhere.
I think she has a humility that you only get through going through hardship.
Going through trauma.
And how does that play now? Because obviously she feels bad about things, such as lying to her father.
Yeah.
How bad does she actually feel? How's it affecting her?
How bad does she feel?
About things like lying to father and...
Well, I mean, he lies to her, you know? Like, her family lies to her, so I feel like to an extent, she's not that guilty. She probably doesn't feel that bad.
What do you think about the big way that your character and your mom kind of like have this war? Like there's rules and steps to the war that you guys have.
Yeah.
How do you
like a cobra and a mongoose dancing?
Yeah. So how do you imagine that actually even happened or formed? How did you imagine that kind of system formed between the two of you?
She was probably a mega brat in New York, you know? And whenever she couldn't get her way, she would throw tantrums in her own way, meaning like going out with her friends, her best gay.
Her best gay.
Her celebrity gal pal, as a way to manipulate her mother. And I don't think that really, the dynamic didn't change. And in going through all of that trauma, that dynamic still stayed the same going to Riverdale.
For all the female friendships on the show, it seems like, you know, it could have easily been like women fighting over guys, but they very like consciously, it seems, made it so that like they're all friends, and even though like Betty and Veronica could have been enemies, they weren't. So how do you guys feel about all the dynamics between all the like teen girls on the show?
It's inspiring.
Yeah, I mean, because being a teenager is hard enough, and you know, discovering who you're attracted to and how that makes you feel, and then dealing with the dynamic of, oh, what if your friends are attracted to the same person? How do you deal with that? I like the fact that we do make conscious efforts to keep the relationships between girls strong, because that can translate into, as adults, everybody's, you know, catty and fighting against each other, and they're never there for each other. Like, my guy friends, they don't ever have fights. Like, they don't ever have a fallout, and if they do, they duke it out a little bit, and then it's like, oh, cool story, bro, and that's it. And girls we can be so mean to each other, we can be so vindictive and selfish, and it's nice that our characters don't do that, and if we ever do, there is you know, a repercussion for that, and we apologize and find a way back to each other. So,
Did you guys get a lot of feedback over the episode where Veronica basically stood up for the women in the list at the skeezy guys?
Yeah, a lot of positive feedback.
That was
and
great.
was the better part of releasing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't really the fact that we shot it, but how positive the reaction was to that. So it just kind of shows you that everyone is on the same page and we all kind of want the same thing, you know?
You and your mom are just dressed to the T. Do you get to
Always.
do you get to take those home?
No. Although honestly, I don't think I would wear any of that like outside.
Which is so sad because every time I
dresses
see
like
her,
that?
I'm like, you look so
You
good.
wear a pearl necklace?
I don't wear pearl necklaces.
She doesn't.
I don't wear any of that. No.
Do you have a favourite scene so far?
My favorite scene got cut from the show. Can you believe
What
it?
scene was it?
It was a scene with me and Marisol, me and Hermione, Veronica and Hermione. And it was like a big fight scene. And we were both crying, and it was really emotional. And it was like the best I've ever felt after shooting something. But the story didn't really work in the grand scheme of things with everything else going on in the episode, so we cut it. But
Season 1 Blu-ray.
Blu-ray bonus track.
Deleted scenes.
Do you remember what they were fighting about?
Because she lied to me about, I think it was, she lied to me about associating with the servants or something. And I found out about it, and I was like, we came to Riverdale, we made a pact that we were going to be together in this, and you lied to me. Like, she's like, honey, I'm your best friend. You're like, you're not my friend. Friends don't lie to each other. You're my mother. And like, it's really, it's a confrontational scene.
I remember reading that.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.